Hi everyone. In part of this video, I'm going to explain what is security control and types of security control that can be put in, and why we need to put different types of security control to protect our assets. So, security controls are needed to protect our assets in the organization, and there are mm, variety of way we need to put put the control, the countermeasure, to protect the assets, the critical assets. So the question may come in why we need these many types of control even. For example, the technical control, physical control, administrative, why these many? Why is is the firewall, we have firewall in our organization protecting everything is being protected, traversing behind the firewall, leaving firewall, entering into the firewall to reach the target assets is can be uh, protected by the firewall. The firewall can block everything and filter and see, okay, and we can define the policy in the firewall to control what should be allowed and what should be blocked. But is that sufficient? And then answer is no, because the assets are uh, hybridly a hybrid environment now. So assets are spread all across, and the user, the consumers are also on a different direction. They may access, meaning the users can be in office and user can be working from home and user can be working from VPN solution, or users can be working from hotels and roaming all the road various users. So the assets also, our servers or confidential or a critical assets can be living in our data center, can be in the cloud or the partner, and so on. So that's why we need to have a diversified security control, the countermeasures to put in. That can be in a form of technical control, the firewall, antivirus, identity access control, and the WAF, and all such, these are called technical control, meaning they can protect the asset technical perspective. But what if there is a the firewall is in place, but there is the human errors, or the procedure, the policies are not followed. If the policy is not defined, what is the acceptable use case policy? The AUP is not defined. What is okay? What is not okay is not defined. Then the person who is managing control, allowing, may allow or block something which may really need not to be allowed or blocked. So for that, the other control, the administrative controls or a managerial or operational control called, are also very important. So we must have policy, procedure, and the framework in place which will dictate what should be allowed and what should not be allowed to access from a specific user base. So that's why the administrative controls are also very important, putting in and protecting the data in the organization. So the administrative control can be in form of policy. We can have some procedure. Let's say any guest coming in to the organization or the corporate, and how, what are the checks we need this need to be done at the reception or the securities to take the or grant the access to the premises, and what level of access that guests coming in should have. So all that should be outlined so that the person who needs to take action and grant the access should have the clarity, and that also should not be based on the person. There should be a book, the run book, the checklist should be there, which is called procedure, uh, to give the same level of granting decisions, whether these granting decisions are made by the X person or the Y person. So that's can be done and possible when there is a policy and procedures are defined. What is policy, what is procedure, baselining, all that I have already spoken about these topics in detail in another video, so you could refer to those topics. These are different, when policy come in picture, when procedure is needed, what is the baseline, and all that I have already covered in my one of the other video. So then another thing. So now we have covered the technical control, the trap, which can be in a form of firewall, antivirus, and all these things, which will protect our assets and everything. And then we also spoke about the administrative control in a form of policy, procedures, framework, and all that things are defined, which will help technical person to put the control in from a technical perspective. Then the another very important control, the layer of control we can say, which is really important from a physical perspective, the physical control. So the security is not in a one direction, as I briefly indicated, right? So the security can be in a form of technical, physical. So now the physical control are also really needed, and those also should be implemented correctly. So what are physical control? Security guard sitting in the office at the gate, who is checking and running all the due diligence and all the validation to grant the access and monitor, and the CCTV, biometric access at the gate coming in, or their entry, and the record keeping there, and all these are called the physical control. The bollard, the boom barrier, these all these are form of physical control. The turnstile, or the man trap, all these deployments fall under the physical control, which are physically installed, and there are use case of each and every different control as well, that I will talk about in another video, meaning when what type of control will give what type of countermeasure, the protection it will give, meaning firewall can be a detective and preventive, and CCTV cannot stop someone, but it can be it can give you visibility, it can be a record keeping perspective. So I will talk about, okay, what is detective control, what is preventive control, and all that things in another video. But for now, let me summarize this video. So security control, there are different types of security control we can put in a form of technical control, which is can be achieved using a firewall, WAF, and all these technical devices function. And the another is called physical control. The physical control is the physical person, the guard sitting in, or CCTV, and all that enforcement man trap in the gate, or the turnstile in the campus entering. All these are physical control. And the administrative control are also very important, which also dictate how to how to take action in a technical control or physical control as well, which is in form of policy, procedure, and the framework perspective. Uh, that's it in this video. Hope this may have been informative. Please share your feedback so that I can cover any specific point if you would like to see in a detail. Thank you.